Everyone, Coffee Mug here, picking back up on Gleba. So last play session I had got a basic kind of loop here going, where I got my Yamako fruits coming in. I have one founder here that converts the spoilage into the nutrients, but I have this set up so it only does it if there's less than 20 nutrients on this belt, so that way I'm not burning through all of my spoilage. So do you want, I think you get better spoilage when you do it with the mash instead, so I want to keep this focusing on being produced with the mash and not the spoilage, basically. I have two of these plants that make the mash, which makes a pretty good amount. I'm not using up enough as I can. I know that eventually I'll need to use the mash for bioflux, but I think this is a good amount. I do actually want more, but I don't have room for more of this setup, so I do need to make this a little larger, which means I probably don't want to have all of this here. I do want to get this shifted over to the middle where there's a large flat land right here. And one of the reasons why I want to do that is because I know that I can afford more, right? So these only use 2 per second, which means I can fit quite a lot more of this mash on a belt. So I think maybe what I'll do is think about doubling this and have one on each side. This right here makes uses 6 per second and it outputs 0.3 per second. And then one of these right here turns into an ore. So this basically makes 0.3 ore per second. So I do need a lot more of these to have a full belt. So I need to figure out how much I can support with more of these, and then how many of these I need to go along with it, as long as the extra for the bioflux. So that's what's going to be the challenge. That's going to take me a while to figure out. But I think this is overall a pretty good loop. I don't necessarily need this spoilage to carbon unit here, but I do think I'm going to use that initially for my smelting lines. But I'm going to think about how I get the setup and see if there's a better alternative once I transfer it over to the middle here. So, going to get this moved over. So let's start by copying. Okay, so this is around the middle, so I want this to output around the middle. But it can go like straight this way too. I'm gonna try to go straight across actually, like this. Well, no, that's not good. So this is actually a fine pathway because there's a big lake right here, so let's just use this one because this one over here will come out in the same area. So this is actually about where I want it. Around here. Sure. You know what? Let's just start it right here. Those are cliff explosive things. Okay, cool. So I do need some more iron ore. I'm gonna go pick up some more bullets. I'm gonna make a little turret to kill out this little spider nest here. And I think I want to get the iron set up first instead of the copper, because I think iron's gonna be more valuable early on. So maybe I'll do that instead of the copper. Oh gosh, God, I cannot see these guys. Okay, so I got some pentapod eggs, which means I can hopefully knock out some biochambers before they go bad. I do need a little more iron, so let's come over here. Actually, go in this area I just cleared out. This guy gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna go get more bots. This guy... Okay. A couple good chunks of iron. Let's go smelt these. Smelters. I'm gonna do some smelters right here. Eventually. Need to get iron first. Yeah, so this seems to be working. I think this will work. I just got to get all of the ratios right, because I'm making way too much of the Yamako fruit relative to how much I use. So I just need to use more, I think. How many of these do I have? 4, which means I can make like 2 more of these. Five. Cool. Alright, got those pen and pot eggs used up. I'm gonna rearrange this actually. Let's do this over. Okay, so I got some space cleared out. Let's grab some more iron. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger and a little more symmetrical while I'm at it. So I can make this a little cleaner. So I'm gonna want a lot more of these actually. Well, let's use these ones instead. Okay, cool. And while I'm waiting, I can do this. So we'll need right here. All right, how do I get the seeds? I need to do jelly nut processing, which means I need jelly nuts. All right, let's start replacing this. So this needs to go. Okay, now let's connect this. Cool. All right, so that should give power to my guy over here. Should hopefully eventually start making jelly nuts. Right now, he's just gonna clean up around it. So I'll manually process them, just so I can get some seeds. Here we go. Got some seeds. Okay. It's gonna take a minute, but we are getting the jelly nuts, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to have one output belt and one input belt. The input belt will be for the seeds. I will start placing eventually. This still has a lot of jelly stems it can harvest, so we don't need to rush things here. So the jelly stems will make their way up here. Okay. How did I do this? So I've taken down my radar. Okay. So I want this to come in. I think I want to do a full belt too. Yeah, let's try that. So this is going. Okay, so this will give me. Wait, that's not right. That'll give me a full belt. Let's actually have it chill out for a second. So that will come in. How do I want to do this? All right. So that'll come in here. I'm going to pick it up, output the spoilage, output the output, take nutrients in. So I want something like this first. So I want this one first. I think I want to keep nutrients in the middle. This will be jelly nut processing. Jelly. Okay, that's going to be my spoilage belt. This will be jelly nut seeds. Okay, so these technically shouldn't produce spoilage, but I do want the output there. We want the seeds to output to this one. Should join right here. And I wanted this to be a full belt, so because I wanted to be able to do this on both sides. Would I be able to do that? So this will be nutrients. I'm gonna redo this. All right, so I'm just. This is actually kind of challenging. I'm not sure how I want to do this. Okay, you know what? This will actually, I'm going to do it this way. But what I want to do is split this up. Move all of this down here. Let's do all tier 1 here. Okay, so that will be the seed return lines. The jelly fruit will come in. So these can do 2 per second, so that means I need to yeah, is that right? This will be trash, this will all be trash. So this will be 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait a minute, this outputs 12 per second? So I don't need more than 2. I really only need 1. I only need 1 for a red belt, really. Hmm. Okay, well that actually, now that I look at the numbers here, this is actually going to be not a good design because this is going to output 12 jelly per second, which means 2 of these will almost fill up a full red belt on its own. So I don't need that many in a row. But what I need is more individual belt lanes. Like I don't really need that much jelly nut to run a small amount. In fact, 2 is going to be enough. So fact, maybe I do want these next to each other. 2, 3. That. That'll give me 24 jellies per second. Okay. So then, how can I do the nutrients then? This is going to be the case. Let's just get rid of all this. So I do want this like this. Oh, you know what I can do? Just flip this around. We'll do the jelly nut here. Yeah, you know what? I think actually I got a better idea. To so I want this to pick up this. So that'll come in this way. That'll feed these the jelly nuts. What else are these used for? Oh, just jelly nut processing. Jelly stem. Okay, so I can burn extra in the heating tower, which I think that's probably what I'll do. So let's add... Gosh, I need more iron. Let's Alright, back to what I was doing. Okay. Alright, so what this will do here, I think... I'm kind of picturing this. So this doesn't really use a lot of jelly nut. So I think I can take the excess jelly nut and use that for fuel. So I'll off-put it wherever I want to do my fuel, which I think I'm going to do fuel down below. So this would be like my fuel line. And this right here should be enough for what I want to do for a red belt. So eventually I want to get red belts. Which means I do want to... Shouldn't make a lot of spoilage, but I do want to have it be ready just in case. That. Because I want the spoilage to be looping. Or do I need... No, I think I only need it on one side, actually. Yeah, so I can get nutrients here. So this bottom one will be a nutrient belt. This will output. Yeah, So output first, then input, so that can feed itself. I want it to collect from this would be the garbage belt. So I want to output garbage, that. You know what? I think I'm going to output garbage on the outside. Which means I can do this. Okay, so this will be nutrients in and out. So this will be a nutrient belt here. This belt can stop here. All right, that's better. Okay, so I want jelly nuts coming in here. Maybe I want nutrients on the outside too. It might be a better option. Let's do nutrients and garbage on the outside. Like that. If I do that, what I can do move all of this up. Okay. Yeah, and then that can be my jelly line. Okay. So now what I need is I need the outside to be a nutrient belt right here. I'm gonna need garbage in, garbage out. So in, out. That. So I'll put garbage on the outside. Okay. Flip this. We'll want some type of loop to bring the garbage and the recycling back. So we'll just delete that for now. So nutrients will come this way, around. All right, so this will be my spoilage loop. We'll go output priority right with the spoilage. So if any nutrients spoil, that'll come out this way. combine. So this will be on the outside belt. Yeah, these would be on the same. So let's maybe do this instead. This. I want to make sure I always have some garbage for there if I need it. This is going to be like a burn session. Same thing with this one. This one will also be available to burn stuff. Okay. So let me think. So this nutrients go. There's extra. Come off here. Combine. Okay. I think this should work. Okay, cool. So now I gotta do something with this jelly nut. So I need to do that. We need to make iron bacteria. $12. Okay, so that'll make a iron belt. I think that'll work. This isn't going to work because this makes 12 jellies per second. This consumes 12. And I do want extra jellies to make... Oh wait, you can't make nutrients from jelly. You can make it from bioflux. So I just need extra jellies being made in general. So what I might do is get rid of one of these. Okay, so this will just be a jelly line, and that'll go and make bioflux eventually. This is really tricky. I like it, but it's tricky. Okay, so I think I kind of got a loop going. I just need to start getting this jelly processed into Bioflux, which means that now I gotta reverse this and get this set up with the mash as well. So let's try. Okay, cool. All right, so I think I have like a little loop set up. So I see a lot of jelly nut trees about to hatch. So I think I'm finally caught up. And once that does, I should need a little more iron, because if I make a little more iron, I can make a new heating tower, because I want to make some steel. Then once I have that, I can burn up this excess nutrient, which I think is clogging up the line a little bit. And I think that should speed up how fast my iron production works. And the last thing I want to do is start thinking about bioflux. Oh, look at that, you can do oil cracking. I wonder if that's better. Yeah, because you get 50% productivity bonus, so you can do cracking in these. That'll actually be nice. I do want to think about this right here, though. Okay, so one thing I wanted to do was limit how much nutrients go on here. So I wanted to read the whole belt. And I only want this to work if the nutrients are less than 50. That way I can use this spoilage for something else. I mean, it'll still be going full speed, basically. This is not very efficient, but it's slowly working. I'm still kind of dealing with not having enough spoilage output. Okay, so now I can make iron bacteria cultivation. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should only make iron with this, because this gives you like a 1-to-4 ratio. You already need 1 iron bacteria. Oh, okay. So this does last a lot longer time, which is nice. So instead of making this okay. So this will come over here. It'll take in the iron bacteria, process it into more iron bacteria, spit it back out. Okay. Cool. All right, so I think I have kind of a basic loop set up. I still need to optimize some things. I think that I know my ratios are all off. I gotta something I'll figure out eventually as I play through it a bit more. So I'm gonna stop here. Hopefully, next session here I'll have enough steel to make my first heating tower. I need a total of 50. And this is slowly working, although it still needs to be cleaned up, and I gotta get all the bioflux stuff work in, because I think that's going to be the best option to make more iron. Because this one makes 0.3 per second. And then that takes in 0.5. So I can support 2 of these, maybe. Well, actually, this would be fine. I do want a slight excess of consumption, so I don't get spoilage. So this is enough to power 4 of these, plus extra. Alright, so now we're making bioflux, which means I can now do this, craft 100. And I can do all sorts of stuff now in these machines. So I can make sulfur, bioplastic, lubricant, and rocket fuel. Cool. Now I just gotta figure out how to do everything. Okay, cool. All right, well, thank you for watching. Hopefully I can continue working on Gleba. I think I'm starting to figure out this gameplay loop. And please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next episode.